Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolors. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hi YouTubers, and welcome back to How to Paint Watercolors with me, Colin, to another Bob Ross one, and this time I thought we would do one of his seascapes. So I've just masked off some of the areas that I want to keep clean, and we will try and keep it in the spirit of Bob. And I'm just going to put some clean water down to the horizon line in the sky. I do these for people who would like to do Bob Ross paintings, but unfortunately due to ill health or allergies to the stuff that's used in oil painting, is they're allergic to it or whatever. And this is I'm just going to put a little bit of Naples yellow in the sky mixed with a touch of manganese violets, and I want this very pale. You almost won't see it. And then into that, get the right colour, we have turquoise and cobalt blue mixed together. Let's give it that lovely blue sky that you put in it. Bring it down. I'm just going to leave some white areas where the cloud is. Strengthen it up in one or two areas. This is called Storm on the Horizon. So if you're watching Bob, pull up a chair, join us. And there's one thing about brushes, we don't have to beat the devil out of these. As we come into the clouds at the bottom, this is a mixture of turquoise and cobalt blue plus manganese violet with a hint of burnt umber in just to darken it down. And I'm just checking it for spreads. You see how I just tested it? Just to see what it's going to do. And then we're just going to add some storm clouds in. Roughly where Bob had them, I suppose. But you can make this picture your own. Move a little paint if it's getting ahead of you. Just helps to create a little bit of a misty effect in the clouds just by removing some. And each time you see the brush disappear, I'm just picking up some clean water and rinsing the brush out. And I'm going to take a kitchen towel that's slightly damp, and I just want to put one or two interesting lifting out in the sky just to give this a little bit more shape. And if you wet the towel first, you won't end up with a completely clean, dry piece of paper, which is what I'm looking for. I just want to have little subtle differences in the colour. You can see that. And with that, I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, it comes to the background sea, and I'm just going to re-wet the background. I just want to drop in some Seaver's blue. It's a very pale powdery blue. I'll leave a link in the description box where you can get this from should you want to use it. But it's a very pale powdery blue, and into that cobalt blue and turquoise blue. Just allowing it to gently mix with the Seaver's blue. Cobalt blue and turquoise blue again, with just a little bit of manganese violet in, which was in the clouds. And into that, now your cloud colour. Turquoise, cobalt blue and manganese violet with a touch of burnt umber. Bring some waves in, something dark. Never be frightened of getting darks in on your watercolours, they sometimes really need it. Just bring the colours together very gently. And in here, I just want to drop in a little of the Naples yellow and the manganese violet, very pale once again, because that is also in the sky. Okay, and then we're going to let that dry. The wave area, the main part of the painting, not with copious amounts, just enough to re-dampen it and to allow the spread of paint. Taking some Seaver's blue once again, going over the Naples yellow. Turquoise cobalt blue. Turquoise cobalt blue and manganese violet. Just to start bringing in some dark areas to it. Moving the strokes in the direction of the wave. As we come up onto the beach, I'm actually going to use some of the cloud colour, which is the turquoise, cobalt blue and manganese violet with a touch of burnt umber in it. I want to bring this into the water. Just bringing the two together. And now we have to let this dry a moment or two. I'm just going to take some of the cloud mixture and I'm going to drop it into the water mixture just to darken it. Turquoise and cobalt blue with manganese violet, just to send it down another shade. Moving in the direction of the waves, then right at the top, some of the cloud mixture again. Turquoise and cobalt blue and manganese violets with a touch of burnt umber, just drops in at the top. Bit of a damp brush, work it in, softening off the bottoms as we come down, not working it too hard. Again, dropping in some of the cloud colour. Same again with this one. Softening off the bottom once again and adding some of the cloud colour just to the underside crest of where that wave is. two shadows. Straightforward cloud colour into this now. Just softening this as we go as well. Just want to drop some Seaver's blue in. Soften it with the brush. And then we're going to let that dry. We'll just come across to this side. We'll start to bring the painting together a little bit. So I'm just going to re-wet this sand dune. And into that some of the Naples yellow and manganese violet. And I also want to start to bring in some rocks here, so I'm going to put some highlight in first. And some of the darker colour. This is the cloud colour, nice and strong now. And into that as well, French ultramarine and burnt umber. And I'm just going to let this sit a while. I also want to bring some shadow in, which is also the same colour I'm using from the clouds. This will help unify basically all the painting. I actually just want to bring in a couple of shots of the sea colour, turquoise and cobalt blue. Not much. Just to help towards the shadows. Comes out here. Now I want this paint to dry on the rocks a little while, but I don't want it to go hard because I want to scrape some detail out on them. So I'm going to leave this until the shine goes off this water, if you could see it on the paper, and then we'll put the highlights in. Okay, I've left it about 10 minutes now, so we're just going to give this a try with a old palette knife. Let's just see how we go. Paint some dark paint back in and just create some shadows. And then I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, now that's dry. I just want to take a very thin coat of cobalt blue and turquoise and come along the bottom here. There's a glaze over the top. Taking some of the sky colour once again, the cloud colour, and I'm just going to drop it in here just to create some reflections. Remove the masking fluid. Taking some of your cloud colour and just with a flat brush I'm just bringing it round, as you can see. touching it and moving it over up the palm tree. Some French ultramarine and burnt umber in places, just drops in it right at the edge and then allowed to drift across. Take some raw sienna and I'm just going to drop it into the sky colour to create a murky green just on the edge there. And I also want to create a deeper green, so I'm going to take some cadmium yellow, deep, just drop it into that blue there. Always making sure you removed all the masking fluid from the area you're working in. And just begin to bring some plant life in. Some of the murkier green. Taking a damp brush, just softening all that in to the sand. Taking my rigger brush. Pull your grasses out. That's the colour we'll use for the highlights on the palm tree here. Some on this one. Take some French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just swapping back and forth between the dirty green, just to add some variation. One or two spots of dark in here as well, just to help with some contrast in the undergrowth. Taking a damp brush, soften that in. Just the odd dark grass. Taking some of the cloud colour and darkening it down. Put some rocks in, roughly where Bob had them. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. It's always nice to hear from people. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Subscribing is free. Taking a wet brush. Just drag some paint down for a reflection. And then before we can finish the sea off, and remove the masking fluid, all this will have to be completely dry. Okay, now that's all dried, what we come to do is, this is one of the reasons why sometimes I don't like using masking fluid, is it can be way too heavy, too thick. So we're going to soften, so I'm taking a flat brush and I'm just dampening the edges here, and I'm just going to soften the edges in, and I'm going to do this to every one of these places where the masking fluid is, and because this can take some time, I'm just going to do one just to show you how to soften it in, and we'll do it to the rest of them and then we'll come back. You see how that hard line is now disappearing, and also we'll lighten one or two areas where the paint has darkened off. Just pull a little colour in. Okay, you can see I've softened all the edges in where the masking fluid used to be or was. I'm just going to put some darker shade in here. This ripple is a little bit darker than this in areas, so just add a little colour into it. This is the sand colour, it's the manganese violet and naples yellow. Just scumbling it in. A little touch of naples yellow in the surf. Hardly noticeable. It just acts as a shadow from the sky. Then I also want to add into that some of the Seaver's blue. Careful with it, it's quite an opaque colour. Bring it up from the underneath, just scrumble it. Just adding it to one or two areas. Bring in a little darker colour. Just to help define that wave, soften the top part. Bit of Chinese whiteout, load some onto your mop brush. Just want to put a bit of a splash here. Just tickling it up. Well, what I might do is just take out a few surf lines in here, damp brush. Just remove a little paint, not much. Then taking my craft blade, I'm just going to put one or two separation water lines in here, just between the rocks and the shadow. And this is one of the best bits now. This is where you get to sign it, mount it and frame it. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please click the like button and subscribe. Subscribers are always welcome and it's free, and I will see you next time. So once again, thank you very much for watching.